Matthew and chapter 24. It says one of the dangers in the last days, we saw one of the dangers is fear. It's going to be there in a lot of people's hearts. The other danger here is because there's so much sin and worldliness in the world around today, and we are living in that time. Matthew 24:12 says, let me paraphrase it, because there's going to be so much sin and worldliness and sinful pleasures, sinful movies, and a relaxed, easy way of life where you don't have time to read the Bible, where you neglect the Bible and you neglect fellowship with God because there are so many other forms of entertainment and relaxation. Many people's love will grow cold. Not many, but most people's. And he's talking about believers. Grow cold means once upon a time it was hot. A worldly person never had any love for the Lord, so it's not a question of worldly people's love was dead from the beginning. Ice cold. But here it says some people who were hot are becoming cold. My dear brothers and sisters, I want to speak to all of you personally now, all of you who are listening to me right now. Was there a time in your life some years ago when you loved the Lord more fervently? When you were willing to sacrifice anything for Him? When you always began the day with Him first? Always? You never started a day without Christ being first? Have you slackened off in that? You feel you're a mature believer now, you don't need to do that? I've been a believer 60 years. I'm helpless if I don't begin my day with God first. You have to go to work, I know. But I'm not asking you to spend 1 hour reading the Bible. You may not have time for that in the morning. But putting God first is not a question of reading the Bible. The moment you wake up, you say, I want God to be first in my life. I remember Santosh using an illustration. He spoke to you a little while ago, but once he spoke an illustration where he said, what does a blind man look for as soon as he wakes up from bed? A cane. He can't even move without that cane with which he feels his way around. That's the way we should, because he's dependent on it to find his way. He's helpless without it. And so we must begin with God. Say, Lord, I can't move this day without you. I want to depend on you. I like that phrase